Hi, this is Carol Zelkin, the Executive Director of the IMCCA. The IMCCA has been the nonprofit organization supporting the collaborative conferencing industry for more than 20 years. During the pandemic, we are committed to providing support and guidance for the UC&C industry and for the many thousands of people who now find themselves working from home for the very first time. We believe that it is essential to provide that support in any way that we can. Allow me to introduce IMCCA member Crestron and our Director of Emerging Technologies, David Danto.
Great. Thank you very much, Carol. I appreciate it. Joining me is Ted Colton from Crestron. Ted, why don't you tell everybody what you do and what Crestron does if they have been hiding under a rock for the last 50 years? You can fill everybody in on what you do there and how it goes.
Sure, and thank you, Carol. Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate the opportunity to address the community of IMCCA. At Crestron, we've been in the control and automation of buildings and spaces within buildings, meeting rooms, those types of things for almost 5 decades. And my role at Crestron is looking after our unified communications business, our division, and our global strategy.
How is Crestron responding or reacting to the COVID-19 current pandemic? What are you doing differently, or what have you changed, if anything?
All right, great question. So first and foremost, the health and safety of the entire Crestron community made up of our employees, our partners, and our customers is paramount. And so nothing comes before that priority. So as many organizations have, we've got a group of people across the globe that are impacted or in shelter in place or stay at home order. And so we've enabled remote work for everybody throughout the Crestron organization as needed, wherever needed. Additionally, over the course of those 4+ decades, we've really built an infrastructure across the company, whether it's for our support services, our production or finished good assemblies, or our inventory locations across the globe. And I'm pleased to say we're able to provide all the continuing services that we have for quite some time. Additionally, all of our support is up and running. So many of our folks are now working from home, but they've got all the tools and technology similar to what we're using here to be able to provide that support for all the customers. So those are some of the initial steps that we're taking. But again, given this unprecedented situation, the pandemic of COVID-19, we're up and running, and we're still able to supply and serve the needs of customers and partners alike.
That's great to hear. Thanks very much for sharing that with us. So, you and I and all the IMCCA members are kind of veterans at this model where we're sitting at home and we're communicating over video. It's what we do for a living, but there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people that are finding themselves doing it for the first time. Do you have any advice for them or any tips that you would consider putting forward to get people to get a little bit more out of the experience?
Yeah, sure. So just some practical tips and advice. As you mentioned, we've been doing this for a long time. We're not afraid to be on camera. I think one of the first things I would ask people to do is, first of all, just relax. You never actually look at yourself in the mirror when you're sitting across the table from one of your coworkers, customers, or suppliers. So one of the things I often do is use that camera preview that's in most of the applications available. Use it to kind of check your setting. I've got some personal touches that my wife has decorated the house, and so those things can make that right. But then I advise turn off that self-preview camera, because that'll just make you self-conscious. And if you think about it, we all have cameras, they're eyes, we all have ears, they're here. But when we're face to face in person, we never worry about those appearance elements. So that would be my first. The second would be find a comfortable place. You're probably going to work more than you would in a normal workday. You're probably going to find yourself spending more time back to back in video conferencing and other communication modalities. And it's important to still schedule those breaks, find your meal time, find your coffee and those things. And I'm sure you're all facing it. We're actually working many more hours actually engaging directly. So take time to just find those breaks and make sure you're set. Those are some of the couple of tips and tricks. And then, of course, always ask people, I'm using a combination of camera on laptop, and I've got a USB speaker puck and microphone. Just make sure those things are great, and have fun with it. Relax. Don't worry too much.
It's terrific advice. So if somebody wants to reach out to you or reach out to Crestron, what's the best way to do that?
So there's a number of ways, and just one additional item to share. First of all, they can always reach out to me, tcolton, Tcolton, at Crestron.com. They can go to Crestron.com to find all of the normal services they have, whether it's our True Blue support organization or they're a partner and they need our customer, they need assistance with designs and verification of the designs. All those services are up and running. Everybody here at Crestron is ready to serve. Additionally, many organizations are reporting back to us, this is a good time for us to work on training and skills enhancement. So I'm pleased to announce that we've actually moved many of the Crestron Technical Institute's courses that were delivered in person. We've moved those to online, and you can find those available at Crestron.com as well. But lastly, I just want to say we're proud to be members of the IMCCA. The mission continues to serve the global community, and I'm delighted to spend this time with both you and Carol today, and thanks very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Ted. I appreciate it. Stay safe, be well, and we'll all get through this together.
Cheers.